we must protect this lady because this lady is black. I'd rather stand alone. I'd rather be that one black person that they call a house nigger. Oh my God, shame, man. I'm so sad that she's a victim. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I hope you had a fantastic and blessed Christmas. I know I haven't been here in a long time, but I had to take my break as well because now I have started and it will take me forever to actually take another break. So right now we are about to get deeper into things that were happening and things that happened today. So the DA decided to actually lay charges against that hooligan that was actually going crazy on a flight that was scheduled to fly from Durban, KZN, to Cape Town International in the Western Cape. I think you saw that video that was making rounds on social media. You definitely did see it. And I thought I was never going to talk about it because I was like, okay, no, let me just hold my peace on this one. Let me just let it skip me. But I was like, hold on. This lady is so unruly. We need to talk about her. And we need to talk about the DA laying charges. Are they right in their minds to actually lay charges against this lady? Together with the actual victim, who is the flight attendant, the colored flight attendant that was actually the victim in this whole thing because she was doing her own job. But before we jump into it, I'd like to say, please do subscribe. Please make sure you comment down below with your own thoughts, and please like this video. It helps a lot. Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So the DA took it to their actual social media platforms to voice out or to actually share with us that they have laid charges against this lady who was a passenger of a flight that was from Durban to Cape Town, and that flight happened to be FlySafair. Today, the DA laid charges of criminal injury against the FlySafair passenger who hurled racist slurs towards a colored flight attendant. DA Western Cape leader Titus and Sub-Council 15 chairperson August Mackenzie were joined by the flight attendant at Bishop Levy's SAPS. So you might be asking yourself, what were those racial slurs that this lady actually screamed to this poor flight attendant who happens to be a colored lady? The racial slurs that this is what she said. She said a lot of things, but this is one of the things that she said. She said that you are from Mitchell's Plain. All these rings but no degree. When we land, I am going to take Uber home. You don't even have a driving license. You don't even have a car. So naturally, you have to think about it. She has these gold rings. So she is associated to Mitchell's Plain because she's colored and she doesn't have a degree. She doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a driving license because why? She is colored from Mitchell's Plain. That by its own, the SABC has to let this lady go. If SABC wants to keep the little credibility they have, they must let this woman go. You cannot have a woman who has a thinking capacity like that. In fact, she thinks like someone who has never seen the doors of a lecture room or lecture hall. She thinks like someone who has never ever sat and listened to a lecture. He thinks like someone who has never graduated, rather she. Please, guys, don't come for me because of confusing the he and she, right? Rather she. Let's get that one straight. I don't want to misgender people. I don't want to misgender her because the next thing people will be telling me that I am this, I am that, and that. I'm sorry about that. It is a she, right? So that's what she said about this lady. It was her job to say no to this lady. It was her job to say, I'm not giving you more alcohol, because she was misbehaving. She acted like a strutmate. We don't know if she is a strutmate, but by the look of things, if you watch that video, it looks like she is a strutmate. So apparently the DA and the Patriotic Alliance did not take this whole thing light. As you all know that PA, which is Patriotic Alliance, has got a chunk of colored people following their party. As you all know, Mackenzie, his dad is colored and his mom is his dad is colored and the mom is black, Sotho, yes, right? I think that is about it. So he has a lot of colored followers. Obviously, he has to fight for these marginalized groups. We all know that we are so comfortable. Some black people are so comfortable in passing all these racial slurs to colored people. I know it is vice versa as well. You do get some colored people who are saying all sorts of things about black people. Same thing as Indians, same thing as white people. But as black people, we are so comfortable and so privileged to actually call people racist when they are racist towards us, sometimes when they are not even racist towards us. Sometimes it's not even about race. Sometimes it's not even about anything that has to do with your skin color. And we are going to run and say, race card. Here is my race card, right? And this lady just proven that some people are so comfortable in their little cocoon to call other people or to actually scream racial slurs to other people, especially colored people. When colored people are actually voicing out these things, a lot of times, black South Africans, some black South Africans, they downplay their own struggles. They downplay colored people's struggles, right? Because they say colored people are racist. I wouldn't say every colored person is racist. Just like I wouldn't say black person, all black people are xenophobic, all black people are racist and all of those things. Some of them are. And they are comfortable in it. Very comfortable in it because they are not white. But if the same thing was said about this lady by a colored person, the colored community were going to be called all sorts of names. Now it is a colored person who is actually voicing out their struggle. This is their struggle. We don't know their trauma. You might be black, they might be colored. Our traumas are different. So you cannot see gold rings and automatically this is a colored person who's coming from Mitchell's Plain. This lady should go. This lady is not supposed to be near SABC. That SABC is crippled already. The little thing that they have now, holding on to it, they should never allow people like this lady to actually ruin it, because they will ruin it further. We no longer watch TVs that much anyway. It's our grandparents and our great-grandparents who are still busy watching SABCs. And to keep holding on to all that, I would suggest that the SABC to get rid of this lady. This is the article that was released by Daily Maverick about this whole shenanigan about also the DA laying charges as well as a Patriotic Alliance. The Patriotic Alliance and the DA have condemned actions of a woman who was filmed making racist comments and being disruptive on a flight on the 26th of December. Police have confirmed the woman was arrested and charged in terms of the civil Aviation Act number 13 of 2009 for disruptive and riotous behavior on board an aircraft in service. South African Police Service spokesperson Brigadier Athlenda Mate told Daily Maverick on Sunday that the case had been presented to the prosecutor on 27 December for a first appearance. The case, she said, was temporarily withdrawn pending further investigation and additional charges. Mate said the captain of the aircraft indicated that the female passenger, who was highly inebriated, displayed disruptive and riotous behavior while the aircraft was in service airborne, it was in the mid-air, and she was going all sorts of crazy. Demanded to be served with alcohol. The passenger was positively identified by the captain. During a police investigation, the passenger continued to display riotous behavior by insulting SAPS members and threatened to sue them. So the SAPS shouldn't do their job. The SAPS shouldn't do their job, but she says, I'm going to sue you. Let's say she sues one of them and they have to pay her. Who's going to go and actually force the law if she is actually stopping SAPS people to do their jobs? Who is going to do that job if you don't want the SAPS to practice what they are actually employed for? This lady seems to be really, really crazy. A video of a woman identified as a 43-year-old Nobuntu Mkhize went viral on social media after she was recorded on FlySafair flight from Durban to Cape Town making racist comments towards a flight attendant. There was also filmed being disruptive. On a video, she was heard saying, I obviously said that already. You are colored from Mitchell's plane. All these gold rings, but no degree. Right now, when we land, I am going to take an Uber home. You don't have a driving license. You don't even have a car. So automatically, you are colored. You've got these rings. You are from Mitchell's plane. You don't have a driving license. You don't have a car. That's a black person saying that to a colored person. And yet there are people who are saying that we must stand with people like this. For me, guys, I am not standing with any group of people. It doesn't matter if you are black or white or whatever. If you are talking bullshit to me, if you are talking bullshit in front of everybody, if you are talking bullshit on a video or whatever, I'm not standing with you. Someone said on Twitter, actually, that we must protect this lady because this lady is black. And I was like, what? I'd rather stand alone. If that's how we glorify people, if that's how being black is, if that's how we glorify black people, that's how we must protect each other from the outside forces, obviously. How we protect each other. If someone is doing nonsense, we should protect them. For what? For what good reason? I'd rather be that one black person that they call a house nigger. You know, I am that person. I am a house nigger. You can just leave me alone if you come up with things like this. If people misbehave and now because they are black, we shouldn't say anything because they are black, because we need to protect them. I'd rather be alone. I can't do that. I would never, ever do that. A person like this must face consequences. She is comfortable in what she was saying. She was calling people bitches. She is also an ANC bitch. Apparently, she is an ANC bitch. So what must we do? What must we do? We must protect people like that. I ain't protecting anyone who is behaving like this. Never. Even if this was my family member, I would never do that. Never. I would never. You guys can go ahead and do it. Protect her by all means, but I'm still saying that SAPs must get rid of this lady. This lady is disrespectful, disruptive, and she just so unprofessional. So unprofessional, way too unprofessional for my liking. Her comments have been widely condemned. Her employer, the SAPC, said it would use relevant channels and initiate internal procedures against her. Daily Maverick attempted to reach Mkhize via telephone and SMS, but she had not responded by the time of publication. We should have just take away this line, Daily Maverick. Mkhize is not gonna take your calls because obviously she's receiving the backlash that she did not actually anticipated. She did not anticipate that people will be against her. Yes, the little that is actually for her, pro her, she doesn't see it because a lot of people are saying, what? Sissy, you have done wrong. You did wrong. I don't even care who says what. This lady is just a plain no. It's a plain no. She did, however, tell News 24 that she was not drunk during the flight. She claimed she was discriminated against and planned to sue the airline and the police. How can you be discriminated against? That plane was full of it was full of different types of people, black, white, Indian, and whatever, colored or whoever. And all those people were clapping hands when you were kicked out of a flight. There is no way that a black person would sit there knowing exactly what happened. They knew that you did shit. And also now you're acting like a victim. You are now a victim. Oh my God, shame, man. I'm so sad that she's a victim. So the victim is going around victimizing people, and then after that she says, oh my gosh, I was racially mistreated and I'm going to sue you and I was not drunk. What was going on then? Did you drink too much prescription pills or what is going on? And something that people don't understand, because of the altitude, when you're up high there, you might drink like 2 glasses of wine and you become more drunk than when you were at home. For example, at home you're having 2 glasses of wine and you're having nothing, like you're not drunk, you're not tipsy and whatever. But when you're up there, because of the altitude, you become a bit more drunk than normal. I experienced that as well when I am flying, and also I'm experiencing the same thing when I'm back at home, because we are like above 1,000 above sea level. 1,000, the altitude is a bit high, like in Lesotho areas and the eastern highlands of the Eastern Cape and all of those things. So the alcohol consumption is different from my alcohol consumption in Cape Town, because I get more drunk when I'm there if I had the same amount of alcohol that I have here in Cape Town, right? So that's the case. So sometimes this was the case maybe here, or you just overdosed on some cough syrups, because the behavior that we saw on that video, it was shocking. So this is PA heads to PA also obviously did go to SAHRC. Right? On Sunday, Kenny Kunene, the deputy president of the PA, a party with a large support from colored communities, said the offensive statement targeting members of the colored community and her other disruptive remarks undermine the spirit of unity, dignity, and respect that our Constitution seeks to uphold. And that's 100% true. I agree with Kenny Kunene. Racism is irrespective of its source, has no place in South Africa. As a nation that has endured the scars of racial injustice, we must remain vigilant in rejecting all forms of discrimination. No individual, regardless of their position or background, is above the law. Kenny Kunene said the party would lodge a complaint with the South African Human Rights Commission, which is SAHRC. The party also urged the SAPC to take firm, decisive action to address this incident. The DA's Western Cape leader, Titus Simas, said the party strongly condemns the alleged racist incident that recently took place on a local FlySafair flight. This sort of discrimination has absolutely no place in our Democratic Society. SEMA's plans to lay charges of crime and injury, which is something that they did today at the Bishop Levis police station in Cape Town on Monday. So they did it already. They laid those charges, and I'm happy about it that they did. This is what the SABC said. The SABC said on Saturday it noted with concern the video circulating on social media. The SABC regrets this incident and always encourages staff members to uphold the SABC values of respect and integrity in all their interactions. In the video clip, this staff member mentions the SABC and states that this incident will be broadcast on SABC News. Read the statement issued by the public broadcaster. We would like to reiterate that SABC News is guided by the editorial code and maintains its editorial independence, and the decision pertaining to all news items are made in the newsroom and not influenced by non-editorial staff members. The broadcaster said it would use relevant channels in line with its internal procedures to engage the staff member. Meanwhile, Kibi Gordon, the chief marketing officer at the FlySafair, told Daily Maverick that this passenger will be placed on our no-fly list and will not be welcome on future FlySafair flights. Yes, I hope every airline would just kick her out. Like every airline, she should just use her cars that she says the other lady who is a flight attendant doesn't have. She must drive to Europe if she wants to go to Europe and get a ferry somewhere and take the car with. Flight attendants have a primary duty as a safety officers, and interfering with their duties is a criminal offense. ANC bitch. In the clips, Mkhize is heard saying that she was an ANC bitch. ANC spokesperson Mahlengi rather, Bengu Mutsiri said the party noted the woman's behavior with disgust and disdain. The ANC categorically distances itself from such behavior, which is contrary to the value and principles of our movement. Regardless of whether this individual is a member of the ANC, we are unequivocally state that no person has the right to behave in such an unacceptable manner, and certainly not while misusing the good name of the ANC. What good name? What good name, ANC? What good name? Yes, I understand the statement is good, is on point, but what good name do you have? You don't have any good name anymore. That lady was just acting like an ANC member who is so into the fact that they are so privileged and they can do whatever they want. The entitlement of the ANC members, it shows on her. It shows on her. The party has initiated an investigation to determine her membership. However, even if it is confirmed that she is a member, her conduct is inexcusable and deeply embarrassing. The ANC will not allow its name to be dragged through the mud by individuals who fail to uphold the dignity and decorum expected at all South Africans, let alone members of our organization, said Bengu Mutsiri. The ANC said, girl, please take a back seat because we don't agree with you. We don't agree with that behavior, and we're going to investigate you. We're going to investigate you if you are actually a member of the ANC so that we can take the necessary steps. Otherwise, even if you are a member, we don't roll like that because we don't want our name to be dragged in the mud. Your name, ANC, has been dragged in the mud for so long. You guys are corrupt and all of those things, we understand, but you are on point. That's what I can say on this one. But from my side to your side, I want to say the DA did the real good thing to actually open a case against this lady, because maybe SAFAir was not going to do it. Maybe no one was going to stand up against this lady. And also that police that was also shouted at and all of those things, that police should have just picked one insult and go and open a case as well. Just one. Or go and sue this lady. Because obviously counter suing is there. Like, go and sue them as well. Sue that lady with that wig. They must take that wig away and everything that she owns. And also SAPs must kick her out. She must be a state as well. Maybe she can apply for the 350 or whatever. But anyway, please tell me what you think about this thing. Comment down below about all that. And also please make sure you like this video. It helps a lot. And please, oh please, subscribe. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Peace.